Hey, we're Veridia, and these are our very first concert experiences. Honestly, the first time I ever bought tickets to a show, I was 18, to be honest. I wasn't allowed really to go to concerts before that. I did go to like festivals with my mom growing up and stuff. But the first time I purchased a ticket was to see like a friend of mine, like local band, performing at like a local venue. There were kids like our age that were actually like putting them on at a local like recreation center, and I just remember like going there and seeing a bunch of kids my age like up there like doing their thing, and it just inspired me. It was around that same time I actually met Brandon, and I started like sharing my songs as like a singer-songwriter. I barely played the guitar. My grandpa taught me how to play the guitar when I was little, but just a few chords, and like I just showed them to Brandon, and we started writing together, and eventually we started a band together, and then we started performing at the same rec center. Like for thousands of like kids would come there because there wasn't a lot of like stuff, a lot of concerts around that specific area in Dallas. So it was really cool to be an audience member, and then to like take the stage. And we saw artists like we saw Jeffree Star when he was performing, like
A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
Didn't Chiodos play? And
it was cool.
Yeah, it was so many bands like came through and played that venue. It was really dope.
The first big show that I remember going to was Tattoo the Earth Festival, which was a traveling festival along the lines of Ozfest. I don't think it lasted more than 1 year. I was probably 15 maybe. I think the headliners were like Slipknot, Seven Dust, Sepultura, so pretty heavy stuff. And it was an outdoor festival in Dallas. I remember my friend's mom came with us and just sat in the heat all day while we watched these bands, until eventually she was done with it and we left before the headliners went on. But that was like my first big festival show that I remember ever going to. Other than that, it was just small shows like at the local skate park, which then I also played at with my high school bands, and kind of that, a full circle moment. But anyway, there you
go. My first concert was In Sync. I think they were touring their self-titled album. I think it was that long ago, and I was probably, I want to say somewhere between like 9 and 11. I'm not sure, but my dad took me, bless his heart. It was at the time it was called Deer Creek, and that was in Noblesville, Indiana. I think now it's called Verizon Music Center. It may be something else. But the thing I remember the most is In Sync arrived on a helicopter. And they had this whole like track playing, and they like came down on ropes, and like that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I can recall from that. But it was
Inspire
sweet.
You?
Yeah, it inspired me. And then like a few years later, I went to that same venue and saw Creed. So
In Sync to Creed.